So let's talk about the regulator, because what's happened over the last 36 months, and not just domestic, Switzerland, France, Germany, New Zealand, Canada, most of the European countries now have come to the conclusion that cryptocurrencies are here to stay, and eventually all currencies will somehow be fungible in a digital form. You think about just the idea of a $2 trillion stimulus package here domestically. Can you imagine the ESG issues around printing $2 trillion with paper? That's never going to happen. So that's going to be some form of credit form, which is in itself digital. Now, regulators in Canada were the first to allow Bitcoin in the ETF wrapper. And the assumption is, and I'd like to get your estimates, this is a very interesting asset class for individual investors, obviously. We do not have that here domestically. When do you think that happens?
We've been waiting for an ETF for 4 years. One ETF, there's always a sweat around that ETF. I think it's a positive for the industry when regulators finally wrap their head around it. But I think there's almost an upside to the delay as well, because if people want to get exposure to Bitcoin, they don't have an ETF to do it. Well, then they have to learn about Bitcoin, and they can learn about custodying it for themselves. So this delay almost works in our favor. It gets more people understanding Bitcoin.
That the jukebox, yes.
This over there, yes, the jukebox.
That's it.
The last one?